What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again for Tuesday's slate. We got 9 games on the slate. It should be another good one. Some great options at pitcher at the top. Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander. You definitely got to target one of those guys. Before we get into it, though, I got my money 6, so like the 2 pitchers, 3 hitters, and a really cheap hitter that you can throw in your lineups for some nice value. Drop a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate that. It really helps me out. Keep these videos coming for you guys. So let's just hop into it. Like I said, you got to go with one of these aces at the top, Clayton Kershaw or Justin Verlander. I'm going to guess that Verlander will be the lower owned guy, just because it's Clayton Kershaw. He has that name, like you feel like you got to go with him just because of how good of a pitcher he is. So I think he has more upside, honestly, than Justin Verlander. But if you're playing GPPs, I would honestly go with Justin Verlander over Clayton Kershaw. I think that he honestly could do the same amount of damage as Clayton Kershaw does, and he's $600 less. So I would definitely consider that in GPPs. But Clayton Kershaw, especially in cash games, I think he's going to be a great play going against Arizona. They are down one of their power right-handed hitters in Steven Souza, so the lineup isn't that crazy scary. And like I said, I mentioned this in my videos, but in Arizona, they added that a humidor to really help out the pitchers with the ball being more wet or whatever have you, whatever it is, to make it easier on the pitchers, so there's less home runs here in this park. And he has some great numbers against Arizona. If you see here in the 3 games against them in the regular season, he averaged 30 drafting points on average, good strikeout numbers. Against this lineup, the BVP, a solid history, over 140 plate appearances, only a 203 average for the Arizona Diamondback hitters, and a 26% K rate for Kershaw. So some good numbers, and the DraftKings totals were definitely good last year. He didn't have a great game against the Giants, his first one out. He allowed 8 hits, so I think he'll try to bounce back here in this game. He got his kind of shook off the cobwebs last game against the Giants. A pretty solid lineup, and I think he'll do great here against Arizona. So lock him in there, and definitely safe. You need that safety at your pitcher position. So for my second guy, J.A. Happ is definitely a guy that stood out to me. He's been doing great over the last year or so. Had some great numbers last year. The strikeout rate was there, around a 22% strikeout rate. And against the White Sox, another lineup that you can definitely rack up some drafting points. And 2 games against them last year, he averaged 29.9 drafting points. Got crazy amount of strikeouts, 19 strikeouts in 2 of those games, so you can definitely rack up some Ks in this matchup. And the White Sox, they're only projected 3.9 runs in this matchup. He should be able to get a win here in the spot. The White Sox are rolling out Miguel Gonzalez. I think J. Happ will do much better at not allowing runs here, so he should get the run support and be able to hold his own and get the win here at home. And he just pitched so well last year. All the numbers, if you look at Sierra and the XFIP, kind of different numbers, to get rid of that variability that you have in ERA. Just great numbers across the board. And the BVP is absolutely insane against these guys as well. Only a 190, I can't even talk, a 189 batting average against him, and 21 strikeouts and 54 plate appearances. So J. Happy checks all the boxes here in this matchup against the White Sox, so lock them in there. Those are the 2 pitchers, Clayton Kershaw, J. Happ, and it still leaves you with a solid amount of money to really get some hitters, some solid to upper tier hitters, and then some cheaper guys you can throw in there. So for my first guy, mentioned him yesterday, but we're going to roll back him out because the game was actually postponed due to some snow in New York. Even though it's April, they're still getting snow. The weather is absolutely drunk. But Jay Bruce here at 4,000 going against Ben Lively. All the same reasons apply for this matchup, so don't really want to go that in depth. But this the power splits in this spot. Ben Lively was the guy that allowed a lot of power, hard hit, and home runs to left-handed hitters last year. And Jay Bruce is very good against right-handed pitchers, gets good power, good hard contact, and can definitely hit a home run off Ben Lively here. So I think he's a great spot for a home run. He had 38 home runs last year, most of them coming against right-handed pitchers. Only 4,000. Good price for a guy that can definitely get a home run, so lock him in there. And we're going to stick with the lefties throughout this video for the most part. Travis Shaw coming up next at 4,200. We're going to go in Milwaukee, a great hitter's park here, and just the lefties in general have great power success in Milwaukee, and he's going against a pitcher and Jack Flaherty, his name is. He didn't pitch much at all last year, but when he did, left-handed hitters has absolutely demolished him. Only 9 innings pitched, so definitely not a huge sample size, but 4 home runs he allowed to lefties in that 9 innings. So definitely something that kind of makes raise your eyebrows a little bit there. That's a lot of home runs and only 9 innings to lefties, so great power from them. So I think Travis Shaw, the lefty, he does very well against right-handed pitchers. In that meat of that lineup, can get some RBIs, maybe an extra base hit, or even a home run in the spot. And he definitely benefited from last year from this hitter's park in Milwaukee. He had some solid numbers here. So I think we'll have a great game against Jack Flaherty. Definitely a bad pitcher, so lock him in there. And like I said, we're sticking with the lefties. Eric Thames, Mr. Home Run last year at 4,100. Like I said, Jack Flaherty just allowing a ton of power to left-handed hitters last year. And Eric Thames, one of the most powerful lefties in the league. Looking at his ISO, a 298 ISO against right-handed pitchers. And he had 15 home runs at home versus right-handed pitchers last year. So some crazy numbers out of him. The Brewers are projected 4.73 runs. So like I said, these guys in the meat of the order, that 3-4 spot or whatever they're going to be in the lineup. I think Thames might be in like the first. He might be batting first or second, honestly, there. So I think if you can stack up those two guys, Eric Thames and Travis Shaw, you can get some great value out of them and some possible power with the home runs, your extra base hits, and all that good stuff. So 4,100, too good of a price to turn down. I mean, lock them in there. So those are the 3 hitters. You got Eric Thames, Travis Shaw, and Jay Bruce, the lefty power. All those guys have the capability of hitting a home run. And for my value guy, Ozzie Albies, a nice speed power combo. You guys know I love to go with that. So you get the potential of the stolen base, and you get the potential of the power, the home run in this spot, going against A.J. Cole, another pitcher that is not good at all. He's seen this guy in one at bat, and that one at bat, you know what he said? I'm just going to take it deep. I'm going to hit a home run, and he hit a home run off him. So great spot here. A.J. Cole, another guy that struggles a lot against left-handed hitters. Albies is a switch hitter. He does do a little bit better on the right side of the plate, but with how bad A.J. Cole is against lefties, I think Albies will be able to do just fine against them. He allows a 46% hard hit rate to lefties. That's crazy high, so people are smacking the ball off him on the left side of the plate. And like I said, he has that speed combination as well. He can definitely get some stolen bases. 8 stolen bases, only like 60 games last year. And A.J. Cole you can definitely get a few stolen bases off him. Albies, actually, before the year started, he said he's going for 40 stolen bases, so he definitely wants to get on the bases and run every opportunity he can get. He's in that 2 spot there, so he can definitely get the opportunity of getting on base and getting a stolen base here against A.J. Cole, not a good pitcher, so we're going to go ahead and lock him in there. So that is it with all the plays. Clayton Kershaw, J.A. Happ, Thames, Albies, Travis Shaw, Jay Bruce, all of them with great upside and great value there. So drop a like in the video if you did enjoy it. Hope you guys did. It was a pretty solid night last night. Taijuan Walker really let us down. In that first inning, he got off to a slow start. Really couldn't find his location most of that game. He was up in counts for the most part, but he couldn't get that strikeout pitch. Kept on throwing balls after he got up in the count. So that was disappointing. Like I said, I didn't feel great about that second pitcher last night, but I feel very good about J.A. Happ here. And like I said, you can pivot to Justin Verlander if you want to. Another pivot off J.A. Happ can be Cole Hamels as well against Oakland. Great pitcher's part there, but he did get smashed around weirdly enough against Oakland last year, so that was a little bit concerning. But J.A. Happ, like I said, crazy upside there, and also Clayton Kershaw, but 2 pivots there, like I said, Verlander and Cole Hamels if you want to do that. Off those pitchers, those are really the only other guys I would honestly consider on the slate. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, drop a like if you can. 100+ likes, I would greatly appreciate that. And definitely subscribe if you haven't. You can turn notifications on and get alerted every time I upload these videos. And I wish you guys the best of luck on this 9-game slate. I'll be uploading a Masters DraftKings picks preview as well tomorrow, and NBA DraftKings picks for the day. A nice NBA slate here tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and win some money. You can follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any updates on this. Like I said, Jay Bruce, their game got postponed yesterday, so I switched on to AJ Pollock and Chris Davis as 2 possible pivots there. So stay tuned for that. Good luck tonight, guys, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.